How's it going, guys? It's me, Jimmy Champane. I'm here at Midsummer Scream at the Long Beach Convention Center, and look who I just ran into. Ryan Turek. How's it going, man?
It's good to meet you in the flesh.
Yeah. So how's the convention going for you?
The convention's going great. It's a lot of fun. I really love the reception that Slashback Video is getting. Meeting a lot of great horror fans, meeting a lot of people I've met on Instagram, meeting a lot of Halloween fans. It's been cool.
You just announced that Slashback Video is coming back later this year.
We're going to do it September 8th at the Mystic Museum, which is right here. We're working with our partners again, and we're going to do kind of what we did here, but with new tapes, new decor, a little bit of a sprinkling of 90s horror, and then introduction of video games, because video games in the 90s for me were very integral to my video store experience, because I was too cheap to buy my own video games, so I just rented them.
Cool. So my first question, obviously, what was it like getting to see Nick Castle in The Mask in person?
There were multiple levels of excitement that occurred throughout the shoot, and it usually occurred when someone of horror royalty stepped on the set. So it was like, Jamie Lee comes on. We all went, oh my God, Jamie Lee's on set, even though we had met her many times before and had multiple conversations with her. John Carpenter. Oh my God, John Carpenter's on set. This is amazing. Nick was a darling. He was amazing.
So what is your approach? How does your approach differ for working on something like Halloween, or rather than, I guess, Unfriended Dark Web?
I mean, the approach is always the same. It comes with, passion and excitement and, belief in the filmmaker and giving the filmmaker the creative leeway that she or he needs to make their film. Halloween is just extra special, just because of, what it means to me as a fan and how I grew up with it, and just, how the project came about. So it's all the same, and my job's always the same. It's just making sure that the film is on track, and the director is getting what they need, and just make sure it's scary.
What was your reaction when you saw that Blumhouse might be reviving Halloween?
I was literally folding laundry, and I was like, I wonder what happened to that new Halloween movie that they were supposed to be shooting. And I texted a friend, and I was like, how's it going on the shoot? And then I got a phone call, and they said, the rights lapsed at the Weinstein Company. And I said, oh my God, what? And they said, yeah, the movie's not getting made, rights lapsed, Bob and Harvey no longer own Halloween. And I said, holy shit. I called Blum, and I said, Jason, Halloween is available. And Jason responded to me, he goes, buddy, I'm all over it. And I was like, oh my God. And then Jason did exactly what he needed to do as a producer, and he reached out to all the proper parties, Miramax being one of them, Malik Akkad being another. And then it was weird because I had just seen, I was going to see Malik a couple weeks later at Halloween Horror Nights, and Jason had already begun his discussions with everybody, but it was also on the down low and quiet. And I saw Malik at a Halloween Horror Nights party, and he came over to me and he goes, so, things are moving along. And I said, oh, can we start talking about this now? My job of alerting everybody, hey, we should be doing this, had already taken into effect, and then everybody did what they needed to do. And then the next thing I know, for me, I was getting a phone call saying, I need you to be at Miramax Monday morning at this time. Everybody's gonna be there. We need you in the room to talk about why Halloween, why we should be doing this and all that stuff. And I was really excited, but I was out of town.
Oh no.
And I had to fly back the next morning, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be late for this meeting. My flight gets in at 8:30, and then I'm in a cab, I'm trying to get to Miramax, and then I called Jason, and I'm like, Jason, I am so late right now. And he goes, I'm on my way too, don't worry about it, it's all good. And I was like, oh, okay. And I literally come in with all my luggage, and I was just like, hey, everybody. And then it was just a lot of business that needed to be had, a lot of talk about business stuff. And for me, I was just there to be the guy to go, this is why we need to do it. This is what Halloween needs to be again. And, I think everybody agreed. I mean, when Blum agreed, Malik agreed, Miramax agreed, everybody agreed we needed to make Halloween scary again, make Michael Myers scary, and then bring in Jamie, all that stuff. I mean, it was just and Jason was so integral in putting a lot of those major pieces together. Okay. Him and Malik, getting John involved and getting Jamie involved and all that stuff. So it's cool.
I got one more question for you. You could take any other franchise and not worry about any rights issues or legal battles or anything. What's the next franchise you would revive?
It's gotta be Friday the 13th. Oh, absolutely. Okay. No, I want to do Friday the 13th so bad. Yeah. It's just like, as we all know, it's just tied up with so much legal stuff right now. I mean, it's gotten so bad we can't even get cool video game content. You know, and that really bums me out. But until, but I completely respect what Sean Cunningham and Victor Miller are going through right now, because it's unprecedented stuff. Like, what they're talking about and what they're going through has never been dealt with before. So, I mean, like, courts, judges, all that stuff, they have to go through this process. Right. And until then, Friday the 13th is kind of off limits, I feel. Yeah. And, but I do have an eye on it, and I would love to know when those rights are up and when they get all solved. But
I want that to happen.
Oh God, I would love nothing more than to do a Friday the 13th. Cool. I mean, like I got this guy, and then I got Ghostface that has to go here. Scream is obviously near to me. I always joke with the head of Miramax. I always go, hey, so we finished Halloween, let's do Scream.
Yeah, when are you going to bring back Scream? That's like your thing.
I know. But I mean, like, he always goes, ha ha ha, ha, and then just like walks away.
Cool, man. Well, thanks a lot. I really hope the rest of Slashback is great. Everything. I will be there in September. And everyone should go definitely check out Slashback this September. I went to the one last year, and it was awesome. I mean, you can see it here with some great B-roll for you guys. But thanks for watching, guys. This was. I feel like this is the peak of my Halloween content. It's all downhill from here. We got the movie in a couple months. I am stoked. But anyways, guys, that's all the time I have for today. So as always, my name is Jimmy Champane, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.